under the dazzling lights of Wuhan, a city where East meets West and tradition meets transformation. Two names echoed louder than any other: Venus Williams and Coco Gauff. For tennis fans, this wasn't just another tournament. This was a bridge between generations, a celebration of legacy and renewal. Venus, the eternal warrior of American tennis, returned to China as a living symbol of resilience. Coco, the fearless prodigy, stood as the modern face of American dominance, powerful, strategic, and unapologetically confident. As the Wuhan Open unfolded, the narrative was magnetic: the mentor who once ruled the sport and the student who now carries her torch forward. And when both emerged victorious, Venus clinching a heartwarming doubles title and Coco capturing yet another WTA 1000 crown, the tennis world felt something special. It wasn't just triumph. It was an American renaissance in Asia. Chapter 2. Coco's Road to Wuhan Glory. At only 21 years old, Coco Gauff had already achieved what most players could only dream of: Grand Slam champion, multiple WTA 1000 titles, and a global icon admired beyond the court. But in Wuhan, she arrived not just as a champion, but as a statement of consistency and dominance. Her first few matches were clinical. Facing the unpredictable winds of the Wuhan arena and a field of elite contenders, Coco moved with a quiet confidence. Her backhand was clean, her movement electric. She dismantled seasoned players with surgical precision, dropping only a handful of games across the early rounds. "She plays like she's been here for decades," remarked one commentator during her quarterfinal win over Maria Sakkari. "It's not just power anymore, it's purpose." The semifinal clash against Aryna Sabalenka, the world number one, was a match that tested every ounce of her grit. In a thunderous three-set battle filled with 130 miles per hour serves, lunging returns, and raw emotion, Coco came out victorious 6-4, 3-6, 6-2. The arena exploded. That win didn't just secure her a place in the final. It marked a shift in the balance of power. Gauff had proven that she could not only outplay, but also outthink the sport's biggest hitters. Chapter 3. The Final, an All-American Showdown. The Wuhan Open 2025 final was a storybook moment for tennis. On one side stood Coco Gauff, the new face of American tennis. On the other, Jessica Pegula, her close friend, doubles partner, and compatriot. Both had traveled the world together, shared locker rooms, celebrated wins, and endured defeats side by side. But on that Sunday night, friendship was momentarily set aside. Under the piercing stadium lights, the two Americans prepared for battle, not out of rivalry, but out of respect. From the first serve, the match was explosive. Pegula's flat ground strokes pierced through the court like lightning, while Gauff countered with her signature defense and forehand aggression. Each rally was a test of nerve, speed, and precision. At 4-4 in the first set, Coco produced a moment that defined the match, a blistering cross-court backhand winner that drew a collective gasp from the crowd. Pegula gave a wry smile, shaking her head. She knew she was up against something special. Moments later, Coco sealed the set 6-4 with a booming ace down the tee. The crowd erupted, half cheering for Coco's exuberance, half admiring Pegula's poise. The second set was tighter. Pegula fought back, using her deep experience and tactical awareness to push Gauff to the edge. But Coco's athleticism and unwavering focus prevailed once more. After 1 hour and 53 minutes of breathtaking tennis, she closed out 6-4, 7-5. When the final ball struck the net, Coco dropped her racket, her eyes welling up. Pegula walked over immediately, embracing her with a smile that said it all: pride, respect, and friendship. Chapter 4. The record-breaking moment. The Wuhan Open 2025 wasn't just another trophy for Coco. It was a record-breaking moment. With her victory, Gauff earned the largest prize purse in the tournament's history, surpassing previous champions and solidifying her status as one of the highest-earning young athletes in women's sports. But beyond the numbers, it was the symbolism that mattered. Here she was, a player who had started her journey idolizing Serena and Venus Williams, now standing on her own as a leader of the next generation, breaking records and inspiring millions. In the post-match press conference, Coco reflected humbly. Venus and Serena taught me what it means to fight, to believe, and to stay grounded. I think of them every time I step on the court. What they built allowed me to dream this big. Her words weren't just respectful. They were prophetic. The Williams legacy was alive and evolving through her. Chapter 5. Venus Williams, the Timeless Queen. While Coco stole the single spotlight, the Wuhan crowd also witnessed a resurgence of Venus Williams, who, at 45, continued to defy every expectation. Teaming up with a young American partner in the doubles event, Venus showed flashes of the brilliance that once made her unbeatable. Her serve still cracked with authority, her net play crisp, her movement graceful yet fierce. As the duo marched toward the doubles title, fans marveled at Venus' longevity. In the semifinals, she delivered a vintage performance. Several backhand volleys that drew standing ovations, a wink to crowd after a 110 miles per hour ace, and that unmistakable aura of calm under pressure. In the final, Venus lifted her first doubles trophy in 3 years, beaming under the Wuhan night sky. The applause was thunderous. "I don't play for records anymore," Venus said afterward. "I play because I love the game and because I still believe in what tennis gives to people." Her statement struck a chord. In a sport often obsessed with youth, Venus stood as a timeless reminder of endurance, passion, and grace. Chapter 6. Generations Collide, Legacies Unite. When Venus and Coco met backstage after their respective victories, the scene was electric. Two women, one a trailblazer, the other a torchbearer, embraced with mutual admiration. "I watched you tonight," Venus told her, smiling. "You were fearless." "Because you showed us how," Coco replied. That moment encapsulated what Wuhan 2025 truly meant. It wasn't just about titles. It was about continuity. The legacy lives on. In the grand scheme of tennis history, the Wuhan Open 2025 will be remembered not merely for scores or prize money, but for what it symbolized. It was a reunion of legacy and youth, the continuation of a story that began decades ago when Venus and Serena changed the game forever. Now, Coco Gauff stands at the forefront, confident, unshaken, and ready to write her own era. As one Chinese reporter wrote the next day, "When Venus Williams first came to China, she opened doors. When Coco Gauff returned, she filled the stadiums. And together, they made tennis feel eternal." That, perhaps, was a true victory, not just for America, but for the sport itself. Epilogue, a new dawn for American tennis. The Wuhan Open 2025 was more than a tournament. It was a moment of reflection and rebirth. From Venus's graceful return to Coco's unstoppable dominance, the message was clear. The stars of American tennis continue to shine, brilliantly, proudly, and across every generation. And as the lights dimmed over Wuhan Stadium, one could almost hear the whispers of destiny echoing through the air. From Venus to Coco, from legacy to legend, the story goes on. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.